Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I want to talk about what's next for Battlefield. This is a question that I get a lot because clearly people are interested in what's going to be happening with not only Battlefield 4 and potential DLC or support through the CTE, but more specifically, what's going to be going on with the future Battlefield title like Battlefield 5. And so I just thought this would be a fun topic to talk about. I've, like I said, been getting a lot of questions, and so we'll kind of go from there. And so the first worry that I've heard is, will there be any more direct support for Battlefield 4? We already know that we're going to be getting Dragon Valley very shortly, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or in the next month. And after that, things are up in the air. There is the potential that there is going to be the 2 night maps. I know that DICE has been hush-hush on that, but they haven't confirmed that they won't be in the game, at least to the best of my knowledge. And so while that might be a possibility, after that, it's pretty much a shot in the dark on what's going to be happening in the DLC departments. My gut is telling me is that I would be very surprised if we did get any more free significant DLC. DICE has already done a lot in this department. Like, I was not expecting the amount of support that they were delivering with Battlefield, with the insane amount of content that was completely free for everyone. And while it's still distinctly possible that they might have a trick up their sleeve, we may be getting a new map or some more weapons in the future, the fact that we've already gotten all of this and they haven't announced anything after that, it leads me to believe that we probably won't be getting any more significant content. That does not mean that they are dropping all support, though, when Dragon Valley releases. A DICE developer actually tweeted out recently that they plan on supporting Battlefield 4 for a long time now. They didn't specify exactly how long they're going to be supporting it, but I would imagine that they're going to be doing it pretty much all the way until the release of Battlefield 5. One of the great things that I love about the CTE is that it's allowed DICE to solve problems with really just the engine itself. When Battlefield 4 released, it was a hot mess. I mean, really, it was hot garbage when you looked at all of the bugs and glitches. Netcode was terrible, Levolution crashed servers, and all of this has basically been fixed now. And there's a few exceptions here and there, but it all was because they were able to test out their engine on the CTE and make the necessary changes. And so my hope is that DICE will continue to make these updates, make these improvements with a player base that is willing to test it out on the CTE so that they can make those improvements for the next Battlefield game. As for balance updates, it's kind of hard to say what DICE is going to do here. It seems like DICE LA, while I love what they've been doing with Battlefield, they have been going pretty crazy with balancing things out and changing things quite dramatically over the last year. Some for good, some for the worse, I would say. I mean, a lot of people would argue that a lot of the changes recently have been a little unnecessary, and so it'll be interesting to see how they approach it in the future. And so this is where I'd like to get your guys' take on it. Do you like the current state of Battlefield? You think it's perfect right now, or it's at least acceptable and you don't have any large glaring issues with it? Or do you think that steps need to be made where they continue this balance process and adjust things, looking for that sweet spot? I really don't know at this point. Like, I love Battlefield 4 right now. I think it's a solid shooter, but I know people out there are kind of upset with the most recent patch that we've had, and they wouldn't mind if they reverted it back or made some more changes. And so give me your thoughts down below. As for the next Battlefield game, this is where things become purely speculative. The only thing that we know right now is that it is going to be a military shooter. We don't know if it's going to be in the past, the present, or the future, but we do know that it's going to be revolving around that military setting. And so it's not going to be a spin-off like Battlefield Hardline. What I would love to see, and I know I've expressed this on numerous occasions, is that I want to see a return to World War II. We have not had a large AAA multiplayer first-person shooter in a very, very long time. There's been a couple single-player experiences, which have been fun, like admittedly that's been enjoyable, but the only multiplayer World War game that has come out recently has been mainly indie games. They are enjoyable, don't get me wrong. I love Red Orchestra 2, Verdun is a very fun experience, but they do have their problems, mainly because they don't have a very large budget. What I would love is to have a Battlefield game, especially from what we've seen with Star Wars Battlefront in those graphics. Like, can you imagine that type of graphical fidelity with insane destruction storming the beaches of Normandy? That would be an incredible multiplayer experience. Or just have huge tank battles in the middle of a city. Or I don't know. It sounds amazing. That is the direction that I would love to see. but also knowing that this is a huge risk for EA and it probably will never happen. The direction that I see them heading down is either going modern military, so basically just Battlefield 4 with updated graphics, or pushing it on over to Battlefield 2143 and going futuristic. It's hard to say what direction that they're going. It seems like the trend in pretty much every game out there is going futuristic. It seems like everyone wants a futuristic first-person shooter, and so EA might be wanting to go on that hype train, and so that might be a reason that we get 2143. The issue with this one, though, is that it directly competes with their own game, Star Wars Battlefronts. If a customer walks into GameStop and asks for, a futuristic shooter with laser beams, and they can only buy one, well, it's like, do I buy Star Wars or do I buy Battlefield 2143? Like, they are directly competing there. And so that's the only thing I can think of for why that might not be the case. As for the modern military setting, this seems like the safer bet. Battlefield has been doing very well in modern military setting. You look back all the way to Battlefield 2, and they've been selling like hotcakes, and so this might also be the direction that they take. And so once again, I'd like to get your guys' take on this. Would you like to see a return to World War II? Do you think that it should stay like what we have right now with Battlefield 4? Or would you like them to go completely realistic with laser beams and get something like Battlefield 2143? Let me know down below. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I just thought this would be a fun topic to talk about now that Dragon Valley is nearly upon us, and now that Star Wars Battlefront has been released, and I can only assume that DICE is now going to be focusing on the next Battlefield game. Let me know once again what your thoughts are on what I discussed today. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. But yep, until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.